Hey guys, Ryan Stileson here, and it's 2 o'clock on Wednesday. We got Daniel Foster backstage, so we'll be adding him in 1 second. Good to see you here, and definitely looking forward to answering any questions that you have about either Google local service ads, Google business profile, or AI. I'm sure there's a lot of questions about AI right now. We've been covering, conversational AI. And also I've been even talking a little bit about the agents that everybody's, building and talking about, either using OpenClaw or some of the other platforms like CoWork. So we got Steven as well in the background, or in the backstage. So I'm just going to get through the formalities here really quick. So again, my name is Ryan Stileson. I am the founder of Accelerate Marketing, an agency that's been around for almost 2 decades. And I'll jump in here in 1 second, Dan and Steven. So if you have any questions, please post the comments below wherever you're watching this video. I will get to all questions. And you can also text us at 619-304-5155. You can also go to our website at accelerateyourmarketing.com. And you can also go to our school community to continue the conversation, like Steven and Daniel are probably doing, because I think they got notifications today in the school community, which is a free community that has almost 1,000 people in it, where we discuss all the strategies that are generating the best, pre-qualified, consistent, stream of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads that are available out there, using these platforms that I was just talking about, which is Google Business Profile, Google Local Service Ads, and leveraging AI to get the conversion, to really help with the conversions. So why should you listen to us or listen to me? I mean, I've been doing this for almost 20 years, and we've helped thousands of businesses worldwide. I'm the founder, like I said, of an agency that's, seven-digit agency. And I've got well over 1 million views on my content online. So it's obviously, reverberate, helping some people out there. So, okay. Thanks, Steven. Yeah. I'll jump in here in 1 second. So let me know what questions you have. We got about 10 people watching from the various channels. Our YouTube channels, which is Local Service Ads channel. We've also got an Accelerate Marketing channel. We've got over 20 people actually watching from those 2 YouTube channels. So please post any comments below. Hey, how's it going, Sammy? Let me know any questions you have as they pertain to specifically to local service ads or Google Business Profile. We've got almost 30 people watching now. So let me know what questions you guys have. I mean, or you can jump in like Daniel and Steven have done. Steven's going to jump in 1 second. Daniel, I don't know, you're muted, I think. You make Google. Oh, I know who you are. What's going on? Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah. Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I met Daniel in the school community. He pinged me probably maybe 4 or 5 days ago. And, I'm open to all strategies. And one of the strategies that I actually talked about early on, and I kind of wish I actually thought of your idea of what you're doing 5 years ago. Actually, I got a lot of clients that would love to talk to you, because what Daniel does, and look at guys, if you really want to leverage a strategy that gets it done, meaning generates what we actually were just talking about, a consistent stream of pre-qualified, pre-sold leads. Okay. Well, how do you do that? You do that by showing up when people are typing in your business and your keywords. When they're typing in your keywords for your business, when your business shows up, when they're typing in your keywords and your geography, it's very specific. It's hyper targeted. And what Daniel has is a strategy for generating a lot of Google Business Profile pages, and it's completely white hat. I mean, it's a strategy that works. It's one that I've actually talked about for the better part of 6 years, because one of the strategies this is a strategy that works for both Google Business Profile and Google Local Service Ads, because when you create a Google Business Profile page, it also allows you to double your double your lead volume basically by creating that additional Google local service ads page that attaches to that Google business profile, because you have to have a GBP page in order to create a Google local service ads page. And when I started 20 years ago, I started out with Google business profile. At the time, it was just Google business. Then it went to Google My Business, and it went to all these different iterations. And now it's Google business profile until they change their minds. But the bottom line is that but really it comes down to showing up when somebody's typing in your business name or your keywords and your city. And what Daniel does is he allows you to create multiple different Google business profiles that show up in different areas. So yeah,
Right.
Go ahead. You explain it.
Yeah, so we have a network of 37,000 listings that we make available for business owners to use. So you're right, there are three different categories that make you show up. One is your SEO, what they're searching for, the keyword, but it's also proximity. So the proximity is really where we're able to give a leg up, because we can give you access to our listings around a metro area. Instead of having one listing, you can have multiple listings, and you're getting that proximity benefit. So you're just able to reach more customers, and you're really able to scale it up. So you can target down into a very specific sub niche because you have more listings. You can brand out into something that, if your buyer profile includes 5 different important things that are important to your buyers, you can build a brand just for that specific buyer profile. And because all the phone calls are directed to you, you're getting that entire totality of traffic coming to you.
Yeah. Do you want to? I don't know, Daniel. If you want to show your screen, you can. I can. You can share your screen if you want to show like maybe a representation of this. I don't know if you have a,
Yeah. Forgive me. This is the first time I'm joining, so.
No.
Yeah, I can definitely have some documents ready for next time. But yeah, that's the benefit. And a lot of the businesses that use our services, it is anything that is a phone-based business. So plumbers, electricians, all the home service categories, but also I have a lot of buyers that are attorneys. Real estate investors are another really big one, because they're able to spread out once again and cover the area that's really important to them. And we can niche down. We can get very specific on the demographics of where to put an address, where to put a listing, and we can really help out to make it very successful for everybody around the table.
Okay, awesome. And then Steven, I wanted to make sure that if you get an opportunity to find out, or identify like what you're talking about, but it's a great strategy to leverage. I mean, I don't know, Steven, if you've heard, you guys are both in the group. I think Steven, you're in the local lead labs group as well, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's how I learned about this.
Are you an agency owner? Or are you
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I figured. So our biggest users are pay-per-call marketers, agency owners that serve local home service clients, as well as local lead generation entrepreneurs.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So Steven, and that's all. Steven, what questions do you have? I mean, I know you joined. Tell me a little about your agency. Who do you help? Who do you work with?
Yeah, we typically work with chiropractors. My wife is a chiropractor, so we run local services ads and SEO for chiropractors. But the local services ads is something that it's just a good service to run for them. And I guess like my main thing is, is kind of I'm wondering if there's like a way essentially to sort of rank higher, get your ads shown more with LSA outside of making sure that you're filling out and disposing of the leads and stuff and everything like that.
Yeah, good question. So for the healthcare sector in local service ads, like dentists, now it's let's see, physical therapist, chiropractors, obviously, even regular doctors, general practitioners, internal medicine, plastic surgeons, even veterinarians. So those are all like verticals in in the healthcare segment of local service ads. What you guys, first of all, HIPAA compliance is at the forefront of making sure that you're doing things right. So the first thing I would address, Stephen, is the 3 R's. It's always about the 3 R's. And what Daniel addresses is one of them. So it's reviews, radius, response rate. So just like with Google Business Profile, with local service ads, it's radius as well. And Daniel, you'll appreciate one of the tools that we've developed. And this is one of the ways that we optimize radius for each of those locations that you can set up using Daniel's system. I mean, you can optimize, you can create, I don't know if you heard, Stephen, but basically you could have a chiropractor set up like 5, 6 locations, like very rapidly, and really optimize for the radius, both for the Google Business Profile page and the local service ads page. So if you've got a chiropractor, here's the way I would do it. It's really simple, guys. If you want to double, triple the number of leads you're getting, if you're getting a great result for a chiropractor in a certain area and they want to expand, just open up additional satellite offices, with Daniel's strategy, and you can like literally in overnight, for the most part, you can start getting a lot more leads, both from your Google Business Profile page and your local service ads page. Now, what I would do is I would set up a call tracking number that's separate for each one of those locations, and man, you can track all of this. You know exactly how many calls you're getting. How much it's worth, because as you guys know, you can only improve what you measure. So so I would do all the standard optimization strategies, but this could almost be like a really quick set it and forget it type strategy. If you're getting results for a chiropractor, just replicate what you're doing already that's getting results and just open up new locations. So it's reviews is a big one. So obviously getting reviews inside of our platform, we've got a system, or our company helps our clients get reviews. So that's one thing I would actually do. I would use for you, Stephen, I would use those tap cards, man. I don't know if you're using tap cards. Those are like at the point of sale, like you guys are in front of your clients. They have to go to the office. So, that's like a automatic. Yeah. You're not using them like tap cards and the tap, the little display things that are like
the stand when in part of their onboarding process. That's like our secret gift or whatever. We send them a review stand.
Yeah.
But the tap cards, we haven't done the tap cards just because I guess it's outside of the office, but that is actually not a bad idea. So they're walking away with it.
Well, they're kind of expensive. I would just only use that if you don't have the stands right there. Or you give it each one of your employees when they're in the office, and then they can just whip it out of their pocket and say, here, if you don't mind, so that's the reviews. Radius. The way that we solve that problem with our company and Accelerate is we've created a software that basically identifies the service area. So you can use a polygon to identify the service area, because you can do this with pay-per-click, but you can't do it. I don't know why they never. Somebody said, I want to work with you. Awesome. Just let us know. You can ping me down below, and you can go to our website. Here, I'll just let you go to, you can go to our website and contact anybody on our team. But so what you can do is review. So the reviews, the radius. So first a map opens up. You use a polygon tool, just like you use in pay-per-click, because local service ads never developed it. LSA is like the redheaded stepchild, it seems like, of their advertising units. And so we developed it. So you can identify that polygon. And then what happens is and so you can get very specific on the area that you want somebody to cover. You can either use a polygon, or you can use just a radius tool, like 30 miles outside of their office location, or 40 or 50 or however many. And then what happens is it identifies all the cities, all the counties, all the zip codes within that area that you've selected. And then you just press a button, and because we're connected to the API, or through the API to the local service ads page, to our clients, and for our clients, we can basically push all those cities, counties, and zip codes right to their LSA page. So that's kind of a nice, neat way to do it, because ultimately we found that if you don't include those zip codes in the LSA listing, if somebody types in the zip code and chiropractor or zip code and plumber, you're not going to show up, we found.
Yeah.
So
do you have overlapping then? Like you'll have like zip code, essentially like county, city, zip code, so on. Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
I don't care what Google says. I don't always do what Google tells us to do. They tell us a lot of things to do, and it doesn't make sense. And I've seen that it doesn't work. And so I don't know why they recommend them. And so, because ultimately, if you don't include the zip codes, we used to just do counties and cities. But we found that if you don't include the zip codes, you don't show up. So we're like, okay, I'm not going to listen to Google because they said don't do it. But anyway, so the other thing is okay, so that's the radius. Now, the other thing that we do is we optimize for refunds, which is really a fourth R. And you can get more refunds than what you actually get from Google if you submit the surveys. So I don't believe with chiropractors, I don't know if you can submit surveys or not, because I don't know if the calls
you can rate the lead, but they never allowed call recording because of HIPAA, is what they say.
Yep.
So they never allowed us to do refunds with that or good credit for the leads.
Okay. So what you would want to do is, so you can still submit the surveys. So that could be done.
That's you were talking about rating the lead. Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Where you call it very or whatever. Okay.
Yep.
Sense.
So you can do that, and that's going to help you get better leads. And then the other thing is the response rate. So what you can do, because Google is going to reward the businesses that do what Google want you to do. And what is that? That is making sure that all calls are answered in 30 seconds and all message leads are responded to in 30 seconds. So first of all, I would make sure that message leads are turned on for all your clients. And then I would put an AI on the other end of those messages, and then also on the other end of those calls. And what you can do is just, and we built this into our system, is that we send the calls 15 seconds. They go for the first 15 seconds, they go to the office. And then if they don't answer, then it goes to the AI.
That's what I was thinking about doing that. Because I talked to a Google rep that said that for chiropractors anyways, once the person says this is ABC chiropractic, that's when they charge. So if a existing patient calls and they say ABC chiropractic, they charge. So we were considering having like an AI voice bot that would ask like, are you an existing customer or returning customer? Right. And then if they say returning, kind of finding a way to get them to call back without mentioning the business name.
Yes, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure that you qualify the client or the patient, the prospect first, because then it gives you a better chance of getting a refund. So there's definitely strategies around that. So you want to make that conversation go in a direction that allows you the highest chance of getting a refund. So that's really it's a nuanced strategy that does help, and it does help get more refunds, and it brings the overall expenses down and gets you better results long term. So I would do that. I don't know if you want to go over any of your specific clients. I can actually show you examples, or like the one thing that, and I think it does show up for chiropractic, the same as any other vertical, which is that the calls, or it shows that little blurb that says typically replies in an hour, 24 hours, and that's something that you definitely want to optimize for your business, because that's going to increase the likelihood that you get more leads when you actually improve that from, let's say, an hour to minutes. Then you're gonna be the business that gets included in all of those message leads. So
I don't mind kind of showing the back end of maybe a couple clients or something like that.
Okay, let me do this really quick. One second. Oops, sorry. Workshop start now. I didn't. By the way, I don't know if you're using Granola, but it's a great note taker. I just started using it. It's really good. I used to use other ones, but this is a really good system. Okay. So let me just pull up my phone here. Because it's better on the phone because, it's mobile. It's a mobile campaign type, local service ads is. So it usually displays better. I don't know if you know that or if you were aware of that, but it definitely is like a mobile. Yeah, it's mobile. It's a mobile first campaign. So invite, let me see, share screen. Yeah, it's really optimized for the phone. Why is it not showing the actual news? Okay, let me see why. I'm going to hold on 1 second. Yeah, I don't know why I might have to show my desktop here. Let me just see. Although I don't want to. Okay. Share screen. And in the meantime, Daniel, anything else that you wanted to talk about with your? Because I think that's a great strategy. You're muted.
Yeah, it is. It is a really great strategy, and it really allows a business to scale up. So scaling with one profile is more linear, but with our service, you're able to scale up more exponentially. So you can get 50 or 100 extra profiles in a week. And, for one of our clients does dumpster rental, and he does about 20 profiles a week, and his business has exploded. He's in multiple states now. It can really help a business grow very quickly.
Wow. And so he's really just grown exponentially because of your specific strategy.
Correct. In the last 6 months, he's doing about 20 times the revenue that he was doing 6 months before.
Oh my gosh. 20 times.
He's really doing well. It depends. The factor that's kind of after me is what you do with the profiles once you have them. Obviously, you still need to set them up correctly. You still need to do some activity on them.
Yeah.
Once it takes about somewhere between 30 and 45 days, but then you start getting multiple phone calls per profile that you set up. And so, it just starts to explode.
Wow. Yeah. So here's junk removal. So here's local service ads. This is Google local service ads for junk removal Miami. What's the area that we can look at for Stephen, for you?
It'd be Frederick, Maryland is one of them. Yeah, that top one is.
Interesting. I'm just getting places. I'm not getting the Google local service ads on my phone.
Yeah, it might be because it's like a smaller area. But let me double check his business actually, because they run during business hours. I'm pretty sure they're.
What's another city that's close to Frederick?
I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Hold on 1 second.
Baltimore or Annapolis, maybe.
Baltimore is Annapolis. They're about an hour away. But I guess that is like the closest city, really. But he probably wouldn't show up in Baltimore just because it's over an hour away. You could do Livonia, Michigan, if you wanted to try a different area.
Are you guys able to hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I can't hear you guys. Let me just see what's going on here. I don't know what the deal is. I might have to go, jump out and come back in or something. Hold on. Stay. Let me see.
How long have you been doing chiropractic work, or your wife doing chiropractic work? How long have you been in business?
Yeah, I've been off and on since like 2017, but really went full time a few years ago in 2022.
Oh,
So,
nice.
and I started focusing on chiropractors probably about around December 2023.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm back. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Awesome. I
Good.
don't know what happened there. So I'm going to share my screen again. So yeah, so I did get Lipinski to show up there. Was that yours?
Yeah, he's an off and on kind of client. I was working with him on some other stuff, but I still have access to his ad account, and then I just kind of every now and then check into it and ping him.
Okay, this is good. I mean, because he's showing up. I mean, this it doesn't really get much better than this. I mean, he's right above everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. I mean, get more reviews. There's nobody else. I mean, there's no other chiropractors in Frederick.
Yeah, we noticed so I think with him, like this month he's had one call. I think March he had a few, February he had a few, but before that it was like he wasn't really getting hardly any calls. Like as I can only go back as far as February, but he's had LSA ads for almost a year now, at least 6 or 7 months now.
Yeah.
And he just never got any leads until just really recently.
Yeah, I would turn on the message leads, number one, and I would probably expand the service area. If you like,
where do you turn on the message leads? I haven't seen.
If you should be able to, unless they don't have it for chiropractor. But
I'm wondering if they don't, because I haven't been able to find it, but I haven't really looked that hard.
Yeah, if you go to the actual listing itself and you go under profile and billing, I think, and you just go in there, you'll see down where the phone number is, you'll see there's an option for messages.
No, they don't have any. They don't.
For chiropractors? That's weird.
Yeah.
Here, wait. Let me see. There's gotta be. Let me see. And I don't know if you want to look at any others, but let me look at Atlanta. Yeah, so there's these guys call. Yeah, I guess the only option right now is just call. There doesn't look like there's any of these guys that are.
I wonder if it's like they almost can do a HIPAA kind of thing, because if you send a message, you'd have to put, I guess, your information. I don't know. That's my guess.
Yeah,
I haven't checked. I haven't tried with like dentists or anything like that to see if it's a healthcare thing or not.
Interesting. Yeah, I have not. Because I've seen it with others, but yeah. So you're doing. The other thing you could do is with AI, you could make him open 24/7, which might increase the number of leads a little bit. Just to have the AI answer phone calls there. But that's typically what I see is add the messages, put the AI, have the AI, respond to the leads that call and that want to message the business. And then, the other thing that I would do is, like you can also, you should be able to add the texting option to the Google business page, but I don't think maybe.
They can. I'm not working with his Google business profile. He was just doing LSA.
Okay. So those are the things that I would do. You maybe increase the service area, if think about increasing the service area or identify all the cities, counties, and zip codes like I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
With a tool like that. Outside of that, submit those surveys, for every lead. And if anybody has any questions, please, jump in, ask any questions. And then what you could do is, for you, he's going to actually be in one location. So this would be more applicable to like a service-based business.
Right.
Typically the strategy is this office will optimize for this service area that I'm circling. And then you go, okay, I want to have for other new businesses that optimize outside of that area, around it. And then this is Daniel's strategy. I mean, I literally had attorneys 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when this first became available. I mean, it's super competitive, as you know. I mean, from the PIP cases that these chiropractors are trying to get, right? Like,
Right.
it's so funny. They're trying to all they want is PIP cases. I want those PIP cases,
Mm-hmm.
God, it's like a broken record. So man, I don't blame them. I mean, it's just easy money. So the bottom line though is that you definitely you want to just optimize as best you can for these locations. I had a PI attorney. The story I was telling you is I had a PI attorney in Atlanta that I was optimizing their local service ads for. And I told him about this strategy. And he literally, Daniel, you'll get a kick out of this. He hired a girl full time to just go and visit a city every single week and set up a brand new location. That was her only job. So she literally flew the country and they set up 25 different locations throughout the country. And over 25 weeks, you could do that in 1 week. I mean, that's the difference.
Yeah, that's a 1 day order for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you doing that, are they doing like a virtual office, or are they going to like one of those shared offices? Like, how do you find a good cheap office where they can? It's
really, I mean, I don't know, so the key is number one is you want to use a DBA. Okay. Right. The typical strategy is to use a DBA, register that with the state. And then you go and get a office that is inexpensive. You can use, there's all kinds of search tools, and it doesn't have to be an expensive one, just an office,
Right.
And you can get a desk, you can get all the things. And sometimes they'll have you, generate a video or whatever. But yeah, I mean, don't use any of these, co-working spaces, obviously, because Google knows about all those. So yeah, what do you any comments on that, Daniel? Because I mean, I'm sure you
yeah. There's just a whole host of places not to use.
Yeah.
So the main thing that you want to try and do is find a business location that's normal for your category. I mean, so if you're an attorney, you want to find an office space. If you are a plumber, you want to find usually the warehouse district or someplace like that has a yard or a warehouse space is usually what we look for in finding the location. You want to stay away from, just schools, government buildings, single purpose addresses like McDonald's, hotels. Stay away from just residential addresses are another one that I see all the time that causes problems. Yeah, there's a lot of different things to do right and wrong with the location and the address.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's funny, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, probably, we got away with that for a while. I mean, it was like, it was the Wild West. I mean, we were just randomly picking residential addresses, and it worked for a while back years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah, there's what will work, what's a good idea, and then also what's a good, just business strategy. So sometimes you can still get away with a residential address, but is it going to have longevity? Does it have a good business reputation? When you can get a better address, why pick a bad one?
Yeah.
So, there's things that will still work, but I just don't recommend them. It's just not good business.
Yeah, I agree. So, there's other topics that I was going to talk about today. I mean, I want to make sure I address all your questions. If you got any, there's a lot of really hot topics with Google Business right now. I mean, obviously, like Google Maps is now using the Ask feature, which is like an AI feature that now is in Maps or embedded in Maps. So when somebody's using Google Maps, They can ask Google for certain things, and then Google will basically show businesses that reflect that information that you're looking for in their reviews or in some aspect of their Google Business Profile page. So this is the reason why now, like more than ever, getting reviews that are actually like that have some meat behind them, that talk about like after hours service or emergency service for electricians or plumbers. When somebody's typing in, I need to or for a restaurant, for example. Here's a great example. If they're open late, I'm looking for a Mexican restaurant that's open late, and if the reviews talk about that, or the description talks about that, or that they've got vegan options, then they will recommend the route to go to that vegan place when people are searching in the maps, or they're using the maps specifically to get from A to B, from point A to point B. So that's one of the topics that I wanted to discuss today, which is very interesting. And this is really, the next iteration of these platforms and where they're going. And AI is a big part of it. And it really is important to make sure that you get reviews and that emphasize these things and talk about these specific topics, and that you fill out the description and the FAQs on your Google Business page to reflect these things as well. And then the other thing I was going to talk about, let me just pull up my topics here really quick. I think the other thing is let me see. Okay. Let me just go down here, and then I'll wrap it up here, because I really want to see how many businesses have you worked with, Daniel? How many businesses have you set up with this strategy, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, I've been doing this for 6 years.
Okay.
And we've really been using our current setup and our current system for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're working with about 60 different clients right now.
Okay.
And most of them will order something like 5 to 10 locations a week. And we have some other customers that will order 50 plus a week.
Wow.
So they're really just covering, those are national campaigns.
Yeah.
So the pay-per-call marketers are really the ones that are benefiting in a huge way, because they can really spread out, and their contracts are for national. They have national buyer contracts for those phone calls.
Okay.
So those are really big use cases. I'd say the use cases that don't work very well are anything where the customer is going to the location. So like the chiropractic, for example, or a massage parlor or massage shop or something.
Gotcha.
Beauty services, skin services. It works really well when it's a phone-based business to consumer sort of setup. I've seen a lot of unique applications to those. So for example, one of our new customers is a guy who is running bail bonds out of 3 states.
Wow.
And he did something unique. Usually the use case that works the best is when we have somebody who's covering a metro of at least 80,000 or more. And his was unique because he was really going into the smaller places. And it's working really well for him. He's been doing that for now 2 months.
And how much is it for each location? I mean, what would somebody expect to spend?
Is somewhere between 375 and 700.
To just set it up, or monthly?
No, just one-time setup. Yeah.
Okay, and then they own that location basically.
Yep, they will own that location. Yeah, so we set up an entire profile that includes the phone number, the email address. We can also add the website. We can make it as turnkey as they're ready to do, and just they convert that entire ownership. So they get the phone number ownership, they get the email ownership, they get the entire thing.
And how long does it take to start getting leads typically for that new Google Business Profile page? Like, if you know.
Yeah, that's where all of the ROI is. Typical is about 2 months.
Okay.
I don't really have as much to do with the SEO side. Sometimes people will give me feedback, or I can help out with some aspects of that. But usually they'll engage with an SEO professional to get it ranked. And getting up, the one thing that is a little bit unique for our service is when you've got one profile, you max it out. You do everything you possibly can, and you're going to spend a lot of money on that one profile. When you've got 50 profiles, you don't need each individual profile to do as much heavy work. So it does bring the cost per profile down, because you've got the proximity, the radius aspect to helping you get calls to come in. But you just don't need as much. So you can get away with a little bit cheaper SEO services on those types of things.
Okay. And so would attorneys be a good candidate? Some attorney verticals, you think?
Oh yeah, attorneys is great. Attorneys, real estate are, I think, the two most underused. Of course, it works great for plumbers, garage door, locksmith, all of those sorts of categories. And I'm really interested in some of the other categories. Like you mentioned, private investigator, that would be perfect for this.
Which one?
You said a PI?
Oh,
person,
PI. Yeah. Personal injury, yeah.
Personal injury, yeah, but also just anybody who has a business where the customer calls them and they do a service either virtually or over the phone or in some other way. I had a client a few years ago that did psychic readings, and he had a whole bunch of profiles listed all over Canada as well. So
how did he do?
It worked really well. There's some people that do really well in those things.
Is there any that didn't work that well?
Yeah, I did try several medical fields, medical different categories and niches, and there just wasn't a whole lot of success with those. Of course, I would love it to work, but it didn't work as well. So if you're going to spend money to buy profiles, you want the ROI to come back really strong. And home service is just an excellent use case. And any phone-based businesses are really good use cases.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about this because, it's interesting. One of the things that I just learned about is with AI. And I got two more topics I want to talk about, but and so that everybody, so that I talk about the topics that I put in the description. But what's interesting is that Google Gemini 3.1 Flash just came out, and that might not mean anything to you, but for voice, it's great because what it does is the voices sounds very human, which number obviously is good when you've got the AI answering the phone for your businesses. Number two, though, is that you can have the AI have a conversation with somebody, and for these plumbers and electricians, one of the frustrating aspects of their business is their guys go out to a call and it's just like a flip of a switch. It's just a stupid call. There's no revenue, right? You see that a lot.
Right.
So what you can do, and this is where you might want to, maybe you could refer, and I want to know if you've got a referral program as well, because I'd love to, refer people to you if, and
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because one of the things that I was thinking of doing is partnering with these service companies to offer them the ability to take their after hours calls or to screen their calls with the AI and then have the AI talk to the person, qualify them, And then if the AI identifies in the conversation that it might be something that the AI can identify by using the phone and the video tool, because what happens is the AI can say, okay, hey, you know what? I'm going to send you a text really quick so that you can show me what you're looking at and I can help you diagnose what's happening. And so the AI can actually see what's happening through the camera and diagnose what's going on and then get paid for it. So it's a great way to do two things. Number one, to increase the revenue that they get potentially. Number two, to prevent these guys from going out on these calls that are just like dummy calls.
Yeah.
So it's something that I think is a really big opportunity for service-based businesses that have a lot of locations. I mean, it'd be really an interesting partnership potentially.
Yeah, I would think you would also be able to capture a lot of really fascinating data points.
Oh, yeah.
If you're filtering your calls like that with just a person, it's going to be difficult for them to collate all of that data. But if you're collecting it in an automated way, I would think you've got just this rich treasure trove of information that you could turn that information back over to the ask points that you were talking about. Where if you've got a troubleshoot filter, did you try flipping your switch on your panel first? That feeds back into your SEO. Yeah, that would be really, really interesting.
It's a loop that actually, and this is one of the things that we do is, it's a frequently asked question that turns into a blog post.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the content source.
Yeah, so you get fresh, new content sources straight from the users.
And there would be nothing wrong with getting a review off of that either.
No, not at all. You get a review.
You could get a picture. Yeah, you've got a picture review. Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are like, it's going to be an interesting world in the next 6 to 12 months for GBP and with AI. I'm just telling you, like, it's going to get nutty. So anyway, so you do have a referral program?
Yeah. So what we do is if you've got somebody who comes in and they complete their test order and they become a weekly buyer, then we do a free profile as a referral bonus. We can also set up a more customized solution depending on so some agencies we can work it however works best for their agency. Mm-hmm. So if they want us to act as the point of contact, do all the customer service for the listing sales process, we can do that. So in other words, their buyers can buy directly from us, or they can act as the point of contact for their buyers, and we can give them all the support and answer all their questions.
That's awesome.
So if if you've got a large source of buyers, then we can make some sort of bonus agreement if you've got a large pool there.
Perfect. Okay. So, man, really good information. Let me just go through these really quick for everybody that's watching and expects me to answer these questions. So, Google just dropped the hammer. Between the massive broad core update that finished rolling out on April 8th, the brand new Ask Maps launch is official. Launch. The old playbook is dead. So this is what I was talking about, the Ask Maps AI functionality. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is in March or April of this month, April, broad core update fallout. Google just wiped out templated service pages. So this is something that you got to really watch out for. The massive March 2026 update just finished rolling out on April 8th. Google is aggressively punishing businesses that use templated location pages, just swapping out the city name. So you really want to make sure, come on, with Claude, it's just, you can create really easy pages that are not just swapping out the name. That's really customized for each location. It really just is a matter of a prompt. So I would recommend doing that. So the Ask Maps feature, I already talked about that. And then the 30-day dormancy penalty and review velocity. This is something interesting. I think you'll get something out of, Daniel. So a 4.2 star business with fresh reviews will beat your 5.0 star business today. So April 2026, GBP update made it official. Review velocity is now beating review volume. If your business goes 30 to 60 days without a new review or fresh photo, Google's algorithm flags your profile as dormant. So there's something to keep in mind. This is why we were saying, like, that's why you really want to make sure that you're getting those reviews, and the velocity is really what matters. So there's a way to automate this, and you'll appreciate this. Basically, what we were talking about, Daniel, is and what we've done is we've developed a way to have the AI do the outbound phone call. And what it does is it has a conversation with the person. And then if the conversation is favorable, it creates a review from that conversation, and it sends that recommended review to the person via text while they're on the call with them with the Google Business Profile link. So all they got to do is just copy and paste it. And then the agent basically walks them through the process, with voice. So that's a pretty cool system that we've developed. So, in that process, obviously, if the AI agent is already using the person's phone to actually diagnose this, the problem, and that happens a lot with like plumbers. I mean, if somebody's got a hot water heater that's broken, I mean, it just happens all the time. It's like the stereotype, problem scenario for these guys that are out in their trucks. They just hate, getting these hot water heater calls that amount to nothing, and it's just a flip of a switch. And so what we do, and you'll appreciate this, is you sound like a pretty technical guy. So what we do is we upload into the knowledge base the documentation for all of the hot water heaters, the Whirlpool hot water heaters, the whatever. And so literally the AI can identify what type of hot water heater it is, what the issues are, what the fix is. And so it's a expert, like literally complete expert. And we would put that in the long-term vectorized memory of the agent, that the agent could reference to make it super smart. So it's literally like better than any human, like PhD level, like 40-year expert,
And you would also have the ability to make it recursive. So every time it gets a phone call, it's learning more and more and more and more.
Well, exactly. So what we do is we actually allow our clients to identify the calls that they want to add to the knowledge base. So they go, okay, that's a great call. Add that to the knowledge base. Boom.
Yeah. And I think the review collection part is amazing. To be able to capture that level of is getting customers to do photos or videos is really tough. But if they're doing that as a part of the call anyway, and the AI is already serving all of the work up for them, all they have to do is just click and copy and paste and agree. Then you've got a review automation machine built off of technical troubleshooting,
right?
And low value calls, low value stuff. Yeah, so
right.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so we'll stay in touch. I mean, you got my information. Ping me again, and I'll give you my phone number so that I can have yours as well. Absolutely. Definitely want to have your direct phone number. Okay, cool. Steven, thanks for joining. We're jumping off a little bit earlier, but like I said, guys, if you have any questions, then go and text us, call us at 619-304-5155. You can go to our website at accelerateyourmarketing.com, or you can go to our school community, like Daniel is a member of, and I know he's gotten obviously some value, and Steven is a member of. By the way, Daniel, how did you find us originally?
Oh yeah, I was looking on school for groups to join that were in my same category, and this was perfect. Yeah, it was absolutely perfect.
Good. Okay, private chat. Let's see. Thanks for doing this. Okay, yeah, Steven said thanks for doing this. Awesome. Let me know if you got any questions, guys. Post any questions below the video wherever you're watching it. We had a lot of people on today. And I also respond to all questions that come after, once the video is, recorded and everything, and it's uploaded to all the different channels that we broadcast to. So I will get to all calls. Let me know what questions you have. And we do this every Wednesday at 2:00 Eastern time. So join us next week again. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. See you then.